Well met everyone, Kendrick here. Welcome to the latest episode of Hearthstone Tips, in which I would like to talk about 3 cards that deserve way more love than they already get. The cards that I'm talking about here are the Mind Control Tag, the Blood Knight, and the Crazed Alchemist. Now don't get me wrong, I do not claim that you should blindly pick those cards no matter what the other draft options are. In the arena you will quite often find yourself in a tricky spot where it's really hard to decide which cards to draft, so always keep an eye on the cards you've already drafted and what strategy you want your deck to follow. Generally speaking, however, I would like to recommend you those 3 cards because they can have a massive impact on the board that no other cards can even hope to achieve. Please keep in mind, even though the stats on neither of these minions are really above average, their damage and value potential thanks to their awesome card effects makes up for that and turns them into game-changing monsters. By the way, if you would like to learn more about what makes a good arena minion, click on the link that you can see right now. So let's start off with our first minion, the one and only Mind Control Tag. This gnome is probably not an insider tip anymore because the word about his power has already spread throughout the Hearthstone world. Nevertheless, I would like to emphasize how much I value this little fella over most cards. Unless I'm being offered absolute top tier cards like the Argent Commander for example, I would always go with the Mind Control Tag. Chances that he single-handedly swings the board momentum in your favor are just too tempting to be ignored. Still not convinced? Check out the following video footage and become Mind Control Tagged. Alright, let's move on to our second card of the day, the Blood Knight. Not only does he probably have one of the prettiest artworks in the game, he has also been neglected for a long time due to the apparent unreliability of how his card effect actually works. But don't feel bad about drafting him into your arena decks, because there isn't a whole lot that could go wrong. The opposite is the case. There are quite a bunch of popular Divine Shield minions out there that are frequently being played by a lot of arena players like the Sunwalker, the Scarlet Crusader or the Argent Squire. So with a little bit of good fortune on your side, you'll not only harm your opponent by removing his Divine Shields, but also gain yourself a pretty beefy Blood Elf. Please do keep in mind however that it's always better to steal your opponent's Divine Shields than your own minions. So use the Blood Knight wisely. But enough talking, behold the hidden value that lies within this beautiful card. And last but not least, we just can't forget about our little hidden gem, the Crazed Alchemist here, can we? To be honest with you guys, I have no sound explanation why this card is still so underrepresented and undervalued in the arena. My own personal guess would be the relatively unimpressive card artwork, but please don't let that fool you. This card has the potential to completely destroy your opponent's plans single-handedly. First of all, because he's something that your enemy will never suspect you to play. And secondly, because his effect can even get rid of the most powerful and fearsome creatures. Let's just imagine all the goodness that he could bring to the table. Your opponent summons a super strong minion like Ysera. With the Crazed Alchemist, you can destroy her in only one turn if you have at least 4 damage at the ready and save yourself a lot of trouble. But also potential mid-game threats like the Water Elemental or the Fen Creeper can be disposed of more easily with the help of our little friend here, because their biggest strength, which is high AP, will become their biggest weakness. Keep in mind that you can also instantly destroy minions that have 0 attack like the Shaman's Totems or Shield Bearer in aggro decks by simply using the Crazed Alchemist on them. Bam, take this. So there we go guys, I hope this video could make you think twice about drafting one of those little fellas the next time they're gonna appear in your drafts while making an arena deck. And hey, even if you won't be able to unleash their full potential, you're still gonna get an average minion for your mana cost, so do not worry. Good luck and have a great day everyone, and may the card gods watch over you.